Hello, welcome back. I hope you had time to get your materials together. All right, let's start. Snowmen all year. If I had a snowman all year, if I had a snowman all year, I would, Now, there's a blank space here, and there's a line here, two lines, and then it says in the winter. So now I need to think of what I would do with my snowman in the winter. If I had a snowman all year, I would what in the winter? Now, you need to think of your own ideas, but I am going to share with you my ideas. Now, if I had a snowman all year, I would what in the winter? I would have a snowball fight. Have a snowball fight. How many words is that? Have a snowball fight. All right, let's start with our first word. Have a snowball fight. All right, that is 4 words. So we're going to start with have. Have is a sight word, but if I were just spelling it with what I hear, I would spell av. First sound. A. V. Have. Have. A. I know that word. That's a sight word. Finger space. A. Have a snowball. That sounds like 2 words. Snowball. It's called a compound word. So we're going to spell snow first. S-n-o. Finger space. N-o. S-n-o. Snow. Have a snowball. Now I'm running out of space here, but I'm going to just move my computer over. Have a snowball. Next word, b-all. B-all. It's a compound word. It goes together as one word, even though it's 2 separate words. It can be 2 separate words. Have a snowball fight. I-t. All right, first sound. I-t. Now, when I look at this word, it says it. I need that I to say its name. So I'm going to add a magic E because I know that the magic E makes that I say its name. Fight. Have a snowball fight. And then I would need some punctuation. And I'm pretty excited about that, so I would probably use an exclamation point. All right, I'm going to move my paper over here, and I'm going to write have a snowball fight on this line. So I'm going to write have, and I'm copying my words. I'm writing exactly what I have here. And we are actually writing the end of the sentence, so we do not need a capital. It's going to be lowercase. Have, excuse me, finger space, finger space. I'm writing exactly what's on my paper or on my table. Snow. Now I'm not going to have enough space to write ball, so I'm going to use something called a hyphen. It's a line and it continues my word to the next line. Snow ball fight. Fight. In the winter. Now, I do not need a period here. I did say I needed one, but I don't because the rest of my sentence is already written. So my sentence says, if I had a snowman all year, I would have a snowball fight in the winter. Okay, so here I need to draw a picture. Now, when I draw my picture, I need to make sure that I'm standing on something, on ground, and I'm going to be standing on snow, so it's white. I'm going to outline it in blue. Here's my snowman. And he is actively throwing snowballs at me. So they are flying through the air. He's a very, very fast snowball maker. And here I am over here. So you can only see a little bit of me because I am kind of down on my belly trying to hide. But I am also trying to throw some snowballs back at my snowman. I could wear a hat because it's cold. All right, so there we are, throwing snowballs at each other. Boop, boop. And we are having a snowball fight. Okay, I'm finished with in the winter, so I'm going to put my letters from that sentence back in my box. I like to collect all the same letters at one time. And put them away. Don't have many of the same letters. All right, so that one is completed. And now I need to go back to my paper. And it says, if I had a snowman all year, I would, what? In the spring. In the spring. What do I know about springtime? In the springtime, the flowers start to grow and little birds start to hatch out of their eggs. There's all this new life and everything's growing because the snow has melted and the weather's getting warmer. So I do know that in the spring, I'd like to see things grow. So I'm going to plant a garden with my snowman. So I need to write, if I had a snowman all year, I would plant a garden in the spring. Let's see how many words I'm going to write. Plant a garden. That's 3 words. My first word is plant. Let's see how many sounds that is. Plant. P, O, and. Oh, wow. P, O, and. That's a lot of sounds to hear. Let's see. First sound. P, O, and. T. Plant. Wow, that was 5 sounds. Plant. Plant. Finger space, Now I'm going to give it a little more detail. I'm going to say I want to plant a flower garden. So plant a flower garden. Now I have 4 words. So this is 1, 2, I have 2 more words. Plant a flower. Okay, flower. Flower. That's 2 syllables. The first syllable is fla, o, ah, o, ah, flow, flow. Oh, I hear it. What? Do you hear that? Flow, and I know that er says If r is by itself, it says r, but if I add an er, it's Wow, that's a long word too. Plant a flower garden. Garden. There are two syllables. The first syllable is gar. G-R. First sound is G. R. Now, I know that R says R. It doesn't say its own name. But I do know that if I use AR, it will say R, like at the end of car. I know how to spell car, and gar rhymes with car. So garden. D-in. D. Garden. In. Eh. Garden. Okay. So I have finished my sentence. I wrote plant a flower garden, and I'm going to record that sentence onto my lines where it says in the spring. So I'm going to write exactly what I have here with my movable alphabet. Plant, finger space, a flower. I don't think I'm going to be able to put the whole word flower on here, so I'm going to put it here. And I have to write kind of small. Flower. Flower. Finger space, garden. Garden. In the spring. Okay. Now I wrote my sentence, and now I'm going to draw my picture. So again, I want to make sure that I'm standing on something. And I know that those little grasses are growing in the springtime. Baby animals are being born. But my plan, I would like to plant a garden with my snowman. So I'm going to make my snowman. Just kind of bending over, looking at what I'm doing. He's holding the next flower. He wants to plant. All right, so we have to continue with our, I think I'll make my flower nice and orange. And that one's going to get planted. So it has all right, so there I am planting some flowers. I have to dig a hole to put that flower in. So I have a shovel in my hand, a little shovel, there. And then now the snowman can plant that flower. All right, so we have finished this section for the spring, or I did. You probably haven't yet. You need to do that yourself when we get off. And then when you're finished with spring, you need to put your letters away again. So I'm going to put all my letters back in their right homes so that it's ready for my the next section of my paper. All right, so that sentence is put away. Okay, so now I need to come down here. And I'm not going to do any more on this video. You get to do this all by yourself, okay? Use your movable alphabet, you can do it. and draw your picture. This is what you would do in the summer with your snowman. Would you take him to Kings Island? Would you take him to the beach or swimming in the swimming pool? What would you do with your snowman in the summertime? Play tennis? Ooh, that would be kind of fun. Go to a baseball game? And then what would you do in the fall? You could maybe rake leaves and jump in the pile. Or maybe you go to a football game, go to see the Bengals. So you need to write your 2 sentences about the summer and the fall and draw your pictures. At the bottom, this word says name. Make sure you put your name on it and send this back tomorrow in your materials folder. Okay, now remember, when this paper comes back to your teacher, all of these should be filled in. You need to write a sentence for what you would do in the winter, what you would do in the spring, what you would do in the summer, and what you would do in the fall. So have fun and do your best work. You can do this. Just write down what you hear. Can't wait to see what you would like to do with your snowman. I'll see you soon, and I hope the snow continues.